Hey everyone! Today we're checking out a great starter Sorceress build for Season 10 in Diablo 4. As an intro, I'll briefly show and tell you about the changes Blizzard showed us in the preseason patch. For the new folks, let me explain. This is the already adjusted balance after the Season 10 PTR tests, and this is the balance we'll start the season with. Also, right after the start, there will most likely be a Day 1 patch. That's where they fix obvious bugs or balance breakers. And then, in theory, they won't touch the balance until the middle of the season. In the middle, they'll buff the particularly underperforming classes or builds, but that's in theory. We'll see how it works in practice. The first thing you see in the patch notes is Goodbye Hydra. On paper, it doesn't seem like a big deal, but in practice, it looks like this. The key aspect was nerfed by 3 times. The mana cap was increased to 500. But in practice, the damage will drop by more than 2 times. It's a multiplicative 2 times decrease. But lightning got buffed, and as you might guess, that's exactly what we'll be playing. They reworked and changed a ton of things, but I'm not going to tell you about it here. Why? Because it's pointless. How things will actually play out will only be clear in practice. Making predictions about endgame builds is useless. How exactly things will feel and how they will interact will only be visible after the season starts. So for now, let's talk about the starter build. This is the one from level 1 to 60. These builds are all more or less stable, and today we'll look at starting with lightning, since Blizzard decided to push it this season. I think whether through ball lightning or through chain lightning or charged bolts, one way or another we will be playing through Crackling Energy in the end game. And here chain lightning seems preferable to me due to its larger area of effect and as a result, higher speed for farming anything. Besides, the base damage of Crackling Energy was increased by almost 3 times. Link to the patch notes in the description. But this doesn't completely rule out finding some combination of items, skills, and aspects where we might use fire or cold. Just keep that in mind. Here I will only talk about the starter build. In what order to do things I explained before the start of the previous season. And if you don't know where to run and what to do, the link is in the description for you. So, Chain Lightning Sorcerer Starter Build Guide. I will show you everything in the Eternal Realm where there are no seasonal buffs, so on the season you will do everything much faster. When creating a character, note that you can immediately choose the option to skip the campaign. We create a character and start playing on normal, and forget about switching to hard until level 40 to 45. It will only hurt you. To level up, you need to kill mobs quickly, not struggle with them. We appear, and we already have 12 points if we've played the game before. They are given immediately from the renown system, which has a separate video on the channel. If you're playing for the first time, then start with the basic skill. No big deal. We spend the first 12 points as follows. We assign the buttons on the panel as we like through the default S key. And we ride Punish Evil. Evil is punished very quickly at the start and drops advanced loot for us. We are in white rags and every magic item will be useful to us now. Next we take Hydra with the enhancements for damage over time and 1 point in protection. Now our Hydra can do everything for us and we just help it. Everything goes pretty fast even with blue items. We cast Chain Lightning to help the Hydra, and while the resource is recovering we cast Spark. Next, we take the Familiar with these specific enhancement nodes. The Familiar is an ability of all elements and will boost our damage. Note, the Familiar does not require mana, so we cast it on cooldown. Next, 3 points in protection for generating our protective barrier. Then 1 each in mana shield for defense and primordial binding, for Hydra damage, mana generation, and increased movement speed. We take Inner Flames twice to increase damage when we are healthy, and the game considers us healthy if we have more than 80% health. Now 1 point each in Static Discharge and Shocking Impact. For now, this is how we will try to generate Crackling Energy. Next, 3 points in Fireball with these nodes. This node executes enemies below 25% life. No need to place it on the bar. Open the skill bar and slot Fireball into the first slot. Here it works passively. If you're playing for the first time, you'll need to do the Sorceress Specialization quest. If you've done it before, you don't need to do it again. The second enchantment's window will open automatically at level 30, and when it appears, put Chain Lightning there. It will trigger passively when you spend 100 mana. Let's return to the skills. 1 point in elemental synergies and in evocation. The first increases our damage, the second reduces skill cooldowns. Now we've reached the main passives, where we put enlightenment. Not that this passive is absolutely great, but it's perfectly fine for leveling up to level 60. With it, we use skills of different elements and build up points. When the points reach 100, they reset to 0. And during this reset, for 10 seconds, we get fat bonuses to damage, mana regeneration, and attack speed. Note, our attack speed does not increase Hydra's attack speed, but it does proportionally increase its damage. Next, we level like this. Fiery Surge 1 point, 1 in Soulfire, and 3 in Warmth. Warmth will regenerate our health for every burning enemy nearby. Our Hydra will trigger these last 3 passives. Next, we go back up and take Potent Warding once, and max out Chain Lightning. 3 points in Glass Cannon. Note, this node not only multiplicatively increases outgoing damage, but also multiplicatively increases incoming damage to you. Max out Mana Shield and Primordial Binding. We add 1 more point to Inner Flames, 2 points to Shocking Impact, max out Elemental Synergies and Evocation, 1 point in Coursing Currents and Electrocution. Next, 3 points in Convulsions, which multiplicatively increase our damage by 15% if we have Crackling Energy. We put 3 points into Permafrost. We have Ice Armor on our bar, so we will have a constant multiplicative damage bonus of 18%. We put 3 points into Icy Touch. It will increase damage to vulnerable enemies, and Ice Blades will make them vulnerable. The last 2 points go into Elemental Dominance. Now a nuance. As soon as we get the recharging aspect in an amulet, we can drop our basic Spark skill. We remove 1 point from its last enhancement, and 1 each from Shocking Impact and Warmth. And we put these 3 points into Ice Blades like this. Aspects and items. We get the recharging aspect very early in the game in the Zenith dungeon. We put it in the amulet. The aspect will restores our mana. Aspect of disobedience also very early from the halls of the Damned dungeon. We put it in the helmet. The aspect increases our armor. Snow-veiled aspect we get in the Saret's Lair dungeon. We put it in the pants. The aspect when casting ice armor will reduce incoming damage and makes you unstoppable. Stormswell aspect is located in the Onyx Hold dungeon. We put it in the gloves. The aspect increases damage while ice armor is active. The dungeon is in a stronghold area, so you need to clear that first. There's a guide for strongholds if anything goes wrong. These 4 aspects you can imprint at the occultist onto yellow gear already around level 15. Yes, you can put aspects not only into legendaries but also yellows. After that, you can calmly do the campaign, open Altars of Lilith, or do any other activity. After about level 40 to 50, there will be a few more aspects that can be obtained, but only from salvaging legendary items at the blacksmith. Put these aspects on as you get them. Desired stats on gear will be shown in the planner, but keep in mind they're just desired, not mandatory. Personally, I ignore gear stats completely until item level 750, which is Torment 1. No need. All items before 750 become outdated so fast that checking or swapping them often makes no sense. It's important to keep an eye on your aspects when changing items, and not forget to put them on again at the occultist after replacing an item. And don't temper any gear at the blacksmith before level 750. There is no need for that. If you have questions about crafting, the link is in the description. So, aspects for level 40 plus only from salvaging items. Concentration. Put it on chest armor. Casting a conjuration skill grants you damage reduction. Orange Herald. Put it on boots. Lucky Hit reduce the cooldown of your ultimate skill by 2 seconds. We will add an ultimate later after T1 when cooldowns are higher. Shredding Blades. Put it on a one-handed wand. Ice Blades apply vulnerable and you increased vulnerable damage. Conceited. Put it on the first ring. Deal increased damage while you have a barrier. Lightning Rod. Put it on the offhand. Chain Lightning has a 25% chance to deal multiplicative increased damage. Move the recharging aspect from the amulet to the second ring. Unbroken Tether. Put it in the amulet. Chain Lightning has a chance to chain 5 additional times. In the video, the Sork is walking around without gems or runes, without any rolls or upgrades. Your Sork will be faster and stronger. After getting items of at least level 500, roll movement speed on boots and amulet at the occultist. Runes. You see the runes on the screen. They can be used in any combination. That is, any rune from the top row can work with any rune from the bottom row. Use them as they become available. Mercenaries. If you haven't done the expansion campaign, do the mercenary quest available after level 15. If you already did, then right after creating the hero, go to the den and take Subo as the main one. He marks mobs on the map and boosts damage. For support, take Variana. She boosts attack speed. Don't forget, Season 10 is about the Infernal Horde. most likely leveling up there will be the most effective. Also, it's important to do the seasonal quest chain first. Only after that, go for whatever activity is most useful or fun for you. Don't forget to use elixirs and incenses as they become available. The build in the description will keep evolving and will for sure be working. How it will evolve exactly will be clear as the season goes. And don't forget to grab your pet right after creating the seasonal character. Who else will pick up your gold? Also, note that the starter build from last season is still perfectly fine, and you can start with it too. That's all for now. Glad to see you. Thanks for watching. Bye.